Well, hello guys, and welcome to another week and another day of cooking classes. Now today is a very special day because instead of one cooking class today, you have two cooking classes today, so you get double the fun. So I know you just watched a video where you got to see and make some yummy, delicious chocolate chip cookies, but I was thinking what better to go with chocolate chip cookies than homemade lemonade. Just the thought of it makes me really hungry. So why don't we make some lemonade together? But first, I think I need a helper. Sienna!
Hi guys.
So look who it is. This, guys, is my little sister Sienna, and she is going to be helping me make the lemonade today. So, and she's covered me. There I am. All right, well, let's get started. So Sienna, you come up here. All right, and we're going to show them the ingredients. So let's show what you guys need. All right.
So what's the ingredients, Rebecca?
Well, we're about to get to that. So first thing we need, you're going to need to have some sugar. Okay, so some sugar. Next, you're going to, hold on, we're going to get to those. All right, next you're going to need some water. Some water you can get from the sink because we're going to be putting it in a pot right over here on the stove. All right, and then other water, you're going to need some cold water. So whether you have filtered water from the cold tap on the sink like I do, our sink right here has cold filtered water, so you could use that. Or you could get it straight from the fridge. I'm going to use some from the fridge later. Then, of course, like Sienna was showing, you're going to need lemons, lots of lemons, because we're going to need quite a bit of lemon juice. And you're also going to need one lemon, just one lemon, and you're going to need to cut it into little slices as well. So as you can see, I've got some little slices of lemon. You're going to need to cut one lemon into little thin slices because we're going to add that as decoration to the lemonade. It's going to make it look super, super pretty. All right, and then when you make your lemonade, you can add ice to your cup in order to make your lemonade nice and super cold, but we're also going to stick ours in the fridge when it's done. So, yeah, you're really just going to need sugar, water, and lemons to make the lemonade. Now, in terms of actual utensils, you're going to need a knife, a sharp knife, but this is where you're going to need an adult. And guess who's going to be doing the cutting, Sienna?
Oh, well, we've got to have Rebecca doing the work.
Yep, so I'm going to be doing the cutting because I'm the adult here. Get an adult to help you do the cutting unless you're an older kid and you can be trusted doing cutting, but we got to stay safe. So a knife and a cutting board so we can cut our lemons on it. You're also going to need some sort of way to squeeze the lemons out, so you can use your hand. If you have a lemon squeezer like this one's super cool because you can lay a lemon in it like this and then squeeze it this way. Or if you have one of those old-fashioned ones that look like a bowl that you just squeeze the lemon right on top and you go like this on top and it squeezes the juices out. We just want to make sure there's no seeds. That's the key with this, no seeds in the lemonade. So just find some way to be able to squeeze out your lemons. And then you're going to need a 1 cup measurement. So just 1 cup. You're not going to need any other sort of measuring utensil, just this one. And then you need a big container to stick your lemonade in, preferably a gallon container. A gallon is 16 cups big, so 16 of these make up a gallon. So the container we have here is a gallon container, and it has a little spigot on it to be able to divvy out the lemonade. You can use something like this if you just have a regular old pitcher or a big old jar or something like that. Whatever works, just enough to be able to contain all of the lemonade. So, Sienna, am I missing anything? Are those all our ingredients?
Oh, and just remember, little kids can do this. But just remember, don't hurt yourself. This is my part because I'm the very best at squeezing these things. And if you're the best, go ahead and do it if you are trusted. Please.
All right, well, let's get started, shall we?
Oh, yes, we should.
So I moved you over here to my stove right here. I got my stove top right here below. You can't see it, but this is my stove, and I've got my little pot here. Make sure it's not too little and not too big. You just need it to be able to hold 2 cups of water and 2 cups of sugar. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to make a simple syrup first for our lemonade. I think this is one of the best ways to make lemonade is using a simple syrup. So first off, we're going to take our cup measurement and we're going to fill it up with 2 cups of sugar. All right. Looks like we're running out of sugar. Hey, Sienna, can you look in the cabinet over there and see if there's any more sugar?
Hey, which cabinet?
The wooden one.
Which wooden one? Oh!
You know, the one over there. All right.
More sugar.
Filling this up with sugar right now.
Cane sugar.
Cane sugar, yep, that's what we need.
What about sparkling sugar?
Nope, cane sugar.
Alright.
All right, so here's 1 cup of sugar. Make sure you level it off. So that's 1 cup of sugar. Here's our cane sugar.
Cane sugar.
So, all right, now I'll let you pour the next cup in, Sienna. So now I'm going to put this cane sugar in here so I can get another cup out.
Doesn't it look like sand, Rebecca?
It does kind of look like sand, doesn't it? All right,
Like sand.
so let's throw it away. Now our sugar container's full again. All right, now I'm going to need another cup of sugar. I'm going to level it off here. All right.
How much do we need to put
This
in
is 2 cups of sugar, so we got 1, now we got 2. You want to pour the second one in?
Sure. Careful, everybody.
Yep. All right, so now we got 2 cups of sugar in here, so now we need to get 2 cups of water, and we're going to get it from the sink over here. So let's get 2 cups of water.
Everybody.
Sienna, you want to pour these in?
Well, what is?
The water.
Oh.
Here, ready? There's 1.
Look how soggy.
There's 2. All right, now Sienna, can you give me a metal spoon?
Metal spoon.
All right, so now we're going to put our sugar and water on the stove, and we're going to turn on the stove to a low heat, okay?
How about this one? Does this one sound like a good one too?
No, I need a flatter spoon.
What is that?
Sorry, I got to light my thing here. There we go.
What about this one?
We're going to turn on the fan.
What about this one?
This one should work.
And kids, remember, sugar is a little bit messy like flour, but you need to make sure that some of it doesn't go on the floor.
Yeah, you got to be very careful with your sugar not to spill it. So now we got our sugar and water on our stove on a low heat, not too low, between medium and low. And then you're going to stir gently your sugar and your water together. And you want to bring this to a boil, this simple syrup to a boil. And we want all the sugar to dissolve into the water, meaning that we want the sugar to basically disappear into the water. So I'm going to stir it a little bit. And I'm going to come back when the sugar is all dissolved and it's actually starting to look like a syrup. Alright guys, we are back, and as you can see now, you see the little bubbles starting to form up, so now it's starting to boil. And as you can see, all the sugar, there's no sugar left on the spoon, all the sugar has dissolved into our water, making our simple syrup. So once it starts to boil like it is, let's double check, make sure it's still bubbling and boiling.
Quicksand!
Yeah, you can see it. Can you see the bubbles? I don't know if y'all can see it. Yeah, you can see all the bubbles right there, so it's definitely starting to boil. So now that it's boiled, what we're going to do, let's give it one final stir. I'm going to turn the oven off, the stovetop off, and I'm going to move it to this back burner over here so that it can cool. I'm going to turn off my fan, and now it's going to stay back there, and it's going to cool. Now, let's get to using the lemons. Alright guys, so while our simple syrup is cooling off right over there, now let's get to juicing the lemons. So you're going to need a lot of lemons. I'd say you're going to need about 2 of the regular little net bags of lemons, and they need to be pretty big lemons. Like, look at these lemons. These are big old lemons.
Large.
So, yeah, really large lemons. So you're going to need 2 cups of lemon juice. Now that is going to take a little bit of time, especially if you're squeezing it out, whether you're doing it with this or by hand or something like that. So just to show you, we already have 1 cup of lemon juice right here. And we are actually in the middle of squeezing our second cup, and we're going to give you some little tips and tricks on what to do. So as you can see right here, we've already squeezed out a lot of lemons. That's a lot of lemons in there. I'd say we've squeezed out about 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. I'd say we've squeezed out about six or seven lemons right now. So it's going to take about 8 to 10 lemons to get 2 cups, depending on the size of them. So now we got another lemon right here. So the trick with the juicing lemons is they can be really kind of hard. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your lemon and you're going to want to roll it like this on the countertop to break it up and to get the juices flowing through the lemon. So then when you have your adult, or you, if you're old enough and can be trusted, cut it open. When you cut it in half, it'll be all nice and juicy in the middle. If you see some seeds, you can take the seeds out now, because who wants seeds in their lemonade? We don't want seeds in our lemonade, right, Sienna?
Mm-mm.
We don't want seeds in our lemonade. So we've done that. And also, when you're juicing a lemon, especially if you're using a juicer like this, a nice trick is if you have one of these little peaks on the top of your lemon, either like this, or like this, or like this one. Like that. What you want to do is you want to take your knife and you want to just sliver off that little bit. You don't want to cut into the lemon. See? You just want to cut off that little top.
If you leave the tips out, well, it
makes it very hard to juice, huh?
Yeah.
So now we're going to put our lemon into our juicer here, and we're actually going to squeeze right into our 1 cup measurement here. So I'm going to squeeze this one, and Sienna's going to squeeze the other one. So we're going to squeeze it. Yep, and we're going to get all the juice out of it. You may want to do it a couple of times just to make sure. So I'm going to take it out. I'm going to kind of fluff it back up, kind of squeeze it together, fluff it back up, and then squeeze it again.
And make sure that there are big seeds in there, but there are also little seeds. You also have to make sure that you can't leave little seeds in there because those are hard to find.
Yeah, we don't want seeds in our lemonade. We want our lemonade to be nice and seedless. All right, so now I think I've done squeezed out that lemon altogether. I'm going to dump the lemon into the sink and scoop out all the seeds. Now, Sienna, you want to do the next one?
Excuse me.
All right, so you're going to come over here and you're going to squeeze it right over the cup. Go ahead.
Guys, make sure that you don't do it at the top or actually at the bottom, because if you do that, juice will fling everywhere.
Fling everywhere, yeah. You want to make sure you're close to the cup when you're doing this.
Oh, yes, you have to make sure that it's really close to the cup so you don't make a mess and your mother and father are not mad.
Yeah, we definitely don't want that for sure. All right, so we're going to keep juicing these lemons, and let's come back when we have the full 2 cups of lemon juice ready for our lemonade. All right, guys, so we have juiced all of our lemons, all right? And before we get to doing anything else, make sure you've sliced that 1 lemon into a whole bunch of thin little slices. You just have to be extra careful with the knife and slice it super thin. Make sure you get an adult to help you. Or, again, if you can be trusted, you can do it on your own. Just be extra, extra careful. My advice is when you cut things, don't cut it like this. Don't hold it like this and then cut. What you want to do is hold it and use your knuckles as a barrier, because the knife's not going to work if it's cutting against right next to your knuckles. It's not going to cut you, So be extra, extra careful. So we got our lemon slices, and we're going to stick them to the side. Now what I've done as a little bit of an extra step, you don't have to do this, but to make sure we get all the small little seeds out of our lemon juice, I've taken both of our cups of lemon juice, and I've poured it here. I poured it into a smaller bowl right here, and I've also poured it into a really tiny strainer. So there's super tiny holes in here that will catch all the seeds in the lemon juice, all the pulp, which is all this little gushy stuff that's inside the lemon.
Hey, Rebecca, what's pulp?
I just said what it was. It's all the little gushy stuff inside the lemon, remember?
Oh.
So we want to make sure we get all that stuff out so it's a nice, clear lemonade. I'm also going to take a spoon and I'm going to kind of push on the strainer as well to like move the pulp off if there's pulp blocking the way, or move seeds out of the way, just so we can get all of the lemon juice into our little bowl below. All right, Sienna, can you please go to the fridge and grab the big container of water, please? Because next what we're going to do is we're going to get our water, our cold water, poured into our container. So we'll
If you have a pitcher full of water,
you can use that, yeah. So we have a pitcher of filtered water that we have. Yep,
right
that we
here.
have filled up and that we're going to use for some of the water. But again, if we run out of this, we have cold filtered water from our sink. Just make sure the sink has filtered water. Oh, yep, make sure you don't ever leave the fridge open. We don't want that. All right, I think we've gotten all the juice out of here. I'm just going to mush it around like this with a spoon, making sure we get all the juice. You see how it caught all the pulp and stuff? All the pulp and the small seeds and everything? It's a nice clear lemon juice now.
That's good.
Yeah, look at that lemon juice. Ooh, I don't know if you guys can see that real well. Here, let me do it this way. See, nice clear lemon juice. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add cold water to our pitcher. Now, it says to add a gallon of cold water, which is 16 cups, so 16 of these. However, it depends on the size of your pitcher. Now, our pitcher is actually a full gallon. So if we add a whole gallon of water, we're not going to have any room for our 2 cups of lemon juice or our 2 cups of simple syrup, which is our sugar and our water. So we're actually only going to add 12 cups of cold water, okay? So let's pour a couple, and then we'll come back to you guys when we've gotten them all poured. So let's pour a couple, Sienna. All right, you ready?
Oh.
Yeah, we don't need that open. So let's pour one cup.
Hey, Rebecca, so when you make like homemade lemonade,
Yeah.
Is it like healthy if you add like something healthy?
Well, I'd say it's a lot better than processed lemonade, and it tastes much better too, in my opinion. So there's about 2 cups of cold water right there. We're going to keep adding our cold water until we get 12 cups. 12? 1, 2, 12. That's what 12 looks like. 12. And when we come back, we'll have our water, and we'll be ready to add the rest of our ingredients.
Bye.
Alright guys, so now we have our 12 cups of water here in our gallon container, and now we're going to start adding the ingredients together. So now we're going to add our 2 cups of lemon juice right here. Sienna, you want to help me pour? Let's do it gently. Like that. Ooh, it's already starting to look like lemonade. Alright, and now we're going to take our simple syrup from the stove. Make sure it's nice and cooled down. It can be a little warm because, again, if you need to cool it off, it can go in the fridge and become nice and super cold. But you can add the slightly warm simple syrup to it. So now we're going to add this, and make sure you don't touch it when it's super hot either. So now we're going to add this. Ooh.
It's starting to look like
It's giving it a nice golden color, yeah.
Is it cold right now?
I think it's a little cold. It's a little warm. It still feels pretty cold. All right, so now we've added that, and now we're going to stick in our lemon slices. Sienna, you want to help? Let's stick in our lemon slices. Don't plop it in there. Do it gently. Yeah, like that.
Yes, kids, don't follow what I do.
All right. Now, Sienna, you want to grab a big wooden spoon. So let's grab a big wooden spoon, one that's long enough to reach all the way down to the bottom. Let's do this one, Sienna.
Can I do the stirring?
Yeah. So now we're going to take it in, and we're going to stir everything together. Make sure to do it gently, especially if it's filled up to the top like this one.
And make sure you do it gently.
Yeah, make sure you do it gently. So we're going to stir it up. And then once it's all stirred up, we're going to stick it in the fridge for a little bit to make it colder. But you can also just grab a glass, fill it with some ice, and pour some of this over, and you'll have a nice cup of lemonade. So we'll come back to you when we've got our nice cups of lemonade. Our lemonade is done, and look at it. It's so pretty over here. It looks so good, and it looks really nice. The lemon slices floating in it. Oh, it just looks so pretty. But now I think the most important part is we need to taste test it. So we got our glasses with ice. We're going to use our little spigot here. There you go. Yep, and it's going to divvy out the lemonade for us. Ooh, yep. All right, now I'm going to get some. All right, now I think the only thing left to do is to taste test. Cheers.
It's the best one ever.
It's not too sour, not too sweet. It's the perfect balance for a perfect lemonade. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us for this awesome cooking session here. I hope you enjoy your chocolate chip cookies and your delicious lemonade. And guess what? It doesn't just last for today. You got lemonade for days now. Bye, guys.
Thanks.